Today is leg day on a Sunday morning, which that is the best thing you can possibly do, right? It is something that nobody ever said and nobody ever will say. Now, legs are a couple muscle groups that are the least developed on my body because although I have been training for about a little bit over a year and a half now, I started training legs like 3 months ago because from my childhood I just have really bad knees, and I really couldn't, like, if I do a leg day, I really had like sharp pain in my knees for days, sometimes even weeks after that. And recently, like 3 months ago, I started warming up for my leg days, like 30 minutes, and I do a lot less weight than I can with a lot better form, and my knees are pretty fine. So I'm kind of on a journey, I guess, to get my legs to be as good as my upper body, I guess. Which right now they're not really close to, but we're getting there. And for the first exercise, I'm doing just basic leg press. I like leg press way more than squats for two reasons. You can actually have your knees really forward. You can have them go really forward, which means you can go a lot more deep and hit a lot more of your quads. I mean, not a lot more of the quads, but just hit them a lot more. And the other reason is when you can't do another rep, you can help yourself with your arms. You can push your legs and milk out a couple more reps and go kind of beyond failure. As you can see, I mean, I'm pretty much touching my hamstrings, my calves, and it feels pretty nice. I like leg press. I tried hack squats for a while. It was just a bit weird, and the hack squat machine that I have in my gym is it doesn't let you really go that deep. Like the range of motion of the machine itself is smaller than the range of motion I can do, so I just stick to the leg press, and then I do some hamstring curls, which is an exercise I really love. I really love hamstring curls. Now, I've tried lying hamstring curls, and it feels much better. It's much more comfortable, but it doesn't. You can't get such a big stretch on lying hamstring curls as you can on sitting hamstring curls, because the hamstrings are a muscle that goes over two joints. You have some muscles and some heads of some muscles that go only over one joint, like the medial and the short head of the triceps. They only go over your elbow. So the long head goes over your elbow and your shoulder, and that's why overhead press is considered to be a better exercise, because you can get a much better stretch on your long head, and you hit the short and the medial head pretty much the same. And the same thing is with the hamstrings. They go over your knees. The tendons go over your knees and your ass. I mean your hips. And on the lying hamstring curl, You just cannot stretch that tendon that goes over the hips. When I do hamstring curls, the only thing is my right hamstring, for some reason, really, like in the last 3-4 reps, I get a really sharp pain in it. But it's not that sharp. At first I was afraid it might tear, but it's been happening for like 2 months now, and I can just, I guess, learn to live with it because it's not injured. I went through deloads, and then deloads. If it was injured in the like 2 weeks of a deload, it would pretty much recover. And it's not that I don't warm up well, because I really do. My warm up for my leg days takes about half an hour just because of the knees. So now I go over to the leg extensions. I I tried recently, and I've been practicing just really taking the seat backwards, so I can kind of lie back. And again, because some heads of the quads do go over your hip as well, so I've been trying to stretch that part by laying back, and it's working pretty well. But in general, on leg extensions, I don't really feel much of a burn. Definitely not as much as I do in hamstring curls. But it's a nice exercise, and it's pretty much the only isolation exercise for the quads, because that's one of the reasons I like leg day, because you don't have many variations for isolating the muscle. Like for triceps, you can do overhead press, you can do basic push downs, rope push downs, you can do skull crushers, you can do overhead dumbbell press and stuff like that. But for quads, what are you gonna do? I mean, leg press, squats, hack squats, that isn't really those aren't really isolation exercises. So pretty much the only one you can do is extensions. So the simplicity is pretty nice, although it does lack the variety of options, so that you can change it up, spice it up a little bit every mesocycle. But if you change the major exercise, which is like any type of push exercise, is it leg press, is it squat, whatever you want, I feel like that's mostly enough to just not get you too bored with doing legs, especially because I just really love the pain and the burn in the legs when you do them. It's kind of addictive. And another thing I really like about leg machines in general is that you can spot yourself on every single one. So like on extensions, you can pull the lever. On curls, you can push the lever, which is a little bit more difficult, but it helps you out, especially in that stretch position where it's the hardest. And when you go through that, you can kind of finish the rep. It just allows you to do multiple negative reps after you can't complete a full rep, which this is my first leg day after my deload, meaning I'm supposed to have like 3 reps in reserve, on every single set. And but the day before this, I just kind of felt a really big rush to work out, so I couldn't really restrict myself. So I not only did I not leave any reps in reserve on most of the sets, but I also went beyond failure and did multiple negative reps or just supported reps or partials. And I had a really insane soreness like 5 days after this, and I couldn't walk for like first 3 days. Then I kind of had to relearn how to walk. But that's something that's like one of the gym side effects. And here I'm doing the good girl machine, which many dudes don't want to do it because it's considered feminine, I guess, just because many women do it. But it's kind of the only way you can really go to failure with your inner thigh. You do get some stimulus for your inner thigh while doing any kind of press, squat, leg press, whatever, but it just doesn't push it remotely close to failure. It's kind of like growing your rear delts from lat pull downs or any back exercises. You do get some stimulus, but you should also add a couple sets um, of rear delts in a separate day, or maybe in the same day, however your split works, however you feel that works the best for you. And one interesting thing about the exercise is that if you're flexible enough, when you think about it, you can kind of infinitely stretch, like go infinitely deep into the stretch. I'm just not really flexible like I used to be. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I used to be able to do a full split. Now I can't do half a split, but it would look kind of weird. I just feel like people would look at me like an alien if I was going to the split position while doing the good girl machine. It would kind of be weird, freakish even. The machine is kind of hard to set up, especially because you kind of have to, if you really want to go deep into the stretch, you kind of have to position it, and then you have to you have to squeeze it with your hands, your arms, just so you can put your legs there and actually start working. And then I'm doing some calf raises. I tried pretty much every type of calf raise there is. Standing is just the balance is a problem. I'm just gonna fall pretty easily. Um, Sitting just doesn't give you the stretch through the knees. You're gonna have to keep your knees straight to get the full stretch. But this hack squat just really works well for calf raises, if nothing. They feel pretty good. And even on this, you can spot yourself. You can again go kind of beyond that failure. Yeah, I mean, the weight is right next to you. You can just pick it up and help yourself. But yeah, I would ask you at this point to maybe subscribe, like the video, because I am in a desperate need of lifting shoes, which cost money, because where I come from they kind of don't exist. You kind of have to order them. Shipping is expensive and everything. So the problem that I have with this is that my shoes slip like every 5 seconds. I have to reposition my feet just so they don't completely like fly off the platform, and it kind of is annoying because you kind of have to stop the set, reposition, and then continue, and you kind of recover already to the point where if you had like 3 reps in reserve, by the time you reposition you have 6. In those 6 you gotta reposition again, then you have 4 more. Kind of just lasts forever, and it's quite a bit annoying. But yeah, this would be it for the leg day. It was a nice Sunday morning and a nice 3 days after, because I was lying in bed the whole 3 days. It was nice.